Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do this beautiful little stitch. This is a beauty. It's quite a thick stitch as well, and the yarn I used is this. Now I need to get my wool winder out for this. Muttley ran off with it for some reason. He never normally runs away with my balls of wool, but he actually ran away with this one. This is Horizon and it's by Hobby, and I don't know what the colour code on this is, just number 2 for this. I'm going to show you how to do this. Now I'm doing a little scarf with it, but you can do it as a blanket, and it looks like these beautiful little tilted cupcakes, and the little front posts look like candles, don't they? This is the other side of it. The other side is like this. You've got 3 posts on this side and your little cupcake with a ridge. It really looks pretty in a variegated yarn like this. You can use any colour of yarn. You can use just one solid colour and you get this really pretty little cupcake right in the middle, and these front posts are pretty little candles. So I'm calling this cupcake and candles. It's really pretty, isn't it? It's easy as well. Don't think for a minute. I do not do difficult crochet. I do easy crochet, and the lower the row counts the better, and this just has a 2 row count. You only repeat 2 rows. One where you do the bottom of your cupcake, and the next row you're doing this top part of your cupcake, and that's it. Look at this, it's so pretty. It's a thick stitch as well, so I would recommend, if you've got your yarn and it tells you to use a 4.5, I would use a 5.5, because this comes out pretty thick, unless you do want to have a nice thick blanket. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So the stitch count for this is 10 plus 3. So you'll do all your sets of 10 and then add 3 to it. I really like that peach with that lemon icing on the top. It makes you hungry, doesn't it? So I'm going to show you how to do this. So your stitch count for this is 10. So do as many sets of 10 as you want. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. I'm going to do a few sets. I'll just do a little sample. 1. So I've done all my sets of 10. I'm going to add an extra 3 stitches. 1, 2 and 3. So we're going to do UK treble crochets. If you're in the USA, these are double crochets for you. We're going to go into the 4th stitch in the hook. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Put your yarn over and go into that stitch and pull through. You've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now those stitches that you missed become your first treble crochet, and if you're in the USA, these are double crochets for you. So into the next stitch you're going to do a treble crochet. You're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and into this stitch here you're going to put 5 UK treble crochets into this stitch. So you're going to skip 2 and put 5 UK treble crochets into that one stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, and if you're in the USA or another country, these are double crochets for you. So we've done 3, 4 and one more is 5. Now that makes the bottom of your cupcake. You're going to skip 2, 1, 2. Now remember, when you put those 5 in, it might squash that stitch a little bit, so make sure that you pull it over and count that stitch. 1, 2. Now into the next stitch we're going to do 5 treble crochets along, so skip 2 and then do 1 treble crochet into the next stitch, that's 1 into the next stitch, that's 2, then another one, that's 3, another one, 4, and one more is 5. So in between your cupcake you'll have 5 treble crochets. You're going to skip 2, 1, 2 and do that fan again. Put your 5 treble crochets all into the one stitch. 1, 2, into the same stitch, 3, 4 and 5. Now watch, that stitch is stretched a little bit, so skip 2 and then do 5 treble crochets along. So skip 2 and we're going to do 5 treble crochets along the chain, 1 into each stitch. That's 1, that's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 2 and then build your next little cupcake fan. So skip, that one's got a stitch in it, 1, 2 and build your fan. All into the same stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 2, 1, 2 and do 5 treble crochets along. You'll do that all the way to your last stitches here. So skip 2 and do your 5 treble crochets along. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 2, skip 1, 2 and make your cupcake fan. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 all into the same stitch. Skip 2, 1, 2 and do your 5 along. So we're nearly at the end. You're going to skip 2, 1, 2, do your last fan. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 all into the one stitch. You're going to skip 2, 1, 2 and do 3 treble crochets at the end. You should have 5 stitches left, so you're going to skip 2 and put 3 treble crochets in. 1 into that stitch, 1 into the next stitch, that's 2, and 1 into your last stitch, that's 3. So that's your first row done, and this is what you should have. Now that chain of 3 is your first stitch, so you've got 1, 2, 3, skip 2, build your cupcake fan, which is 5 stitches all into the one, skip 2 and then do 5 treble crochets, skip 2, make your fan, skip 2, 5 treble crochets all the way along. You'll do your last cupcake fan and then you'll skip 2 stitches and do 1 treble crochet into the last 3. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Now we're only going to chain 2 because we're going to go around the post, and that will shorten the next stitch and it keeps it all nice and straight. So turn your work around. So what we're going to do is we're going to build these back post straight parts. We're going to do these parts here. Now on one side you've got 3 and on the other side only 2 show up. So you've got 2 on this side and 3 on that side. So we'll start the row. So it's this fan row and this next row that you'll keep repeating. So row 2, you're going to go around the post of this stitch here. So what you're going to put yarn over, and you're going to go in this space around the stitch and out the other side. So you're going to go around the back in through the space and bring your hook to the other side. This is a back post stitch because the post is on the back of your hook. Put your yarn over your hook and pull it through and give it a little wriggle up. Yarn over, through 2 loops, yarn over and through 2 loops. That's you done your first back post stitch. So now you're going to do a front post stitch here. So yarn over and come around the front. So you're going in that space right through to the back and loop around that post of that stitch, the long part. Pull your yarn through, wriggle it up and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and through 2 loops. So now you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to do 5 back post stitches, and we're going to keep them all on the hook. We're going to draw the top in of like the icing on the top of a little cupcake. So we've done a chain of 2, so yarn over and we're going from the back in through that space and weave it around that post. Just go in through that space. So the post is on the back of your hook, and that's why they call it a back post stitch. Now pull that yarn through, nip it if you have to, just so that you can get it through and keep your yarn on your hook. So yarn over and through 2 loops. Now keep that stitch there, that's 1. So yarn over, go to the next one in the fan and around, pull your yarn through, a little wriggle, through 2 loops. So that's us got 2 back post stitches on our hook. We've got 3 loops, so that's your loop that you had and your 2 stitches. So we're going to work around this fan. We've done that one and we've done that one. We're going to do the next 3. So yarn over, in from the back and through back to the back and pull up. Yarn over and through 2 loops. That's us got 3 stitches. Around the next one, that's us got 4 stitches. Yarn over and around the next one, and that's us got 5. Yarn over through 2 loops. We've got 5 stitches and 1 extra loop, so we should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yarn over, pull through them all and chain 1 and chain 2. So around these 5 stitches we're going to do a front post, a back post, a front post, a back post and a front post, and that's going to pull your stitches back and forward. So yarn over and we're going to start with a front post. So go in the space and around that post, and that pulls it towards you. Yarn over and pull through. Now we're going to finish it this time. So that's 1 front post, and now we're going to do a back post. Yarn over and do your back post. The next one you're going to do a front post, and the next one is a back post, and then a front post, and that should finish those 5 stitches. So on this one, it's up to you if you want 2 candles on this side or if you want 3. If you want to have 3 on that side, you'll start with a back post, a front post, a back post, a front post and a back post, and that'll put 3 on that side. It's up to you. I like it just with the 2 little candles on this side. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and you're going to do your 5 back posts again. So yarn over and weave it around. That's 1. Keep it on your hook, yarn over, go around the next one of that fan, pull it through. That's 2. Yarn over, around the next one. That's 3. Yarn over, around the next one in that fan. That's 4. And around that last one, that's 5. Yarn over through all your 6 loops and chain 2, 1 and 2. And now you're going to do your front post, back post, front post, back post, front post around these 5. That's 1, around the next one. These are individual stitches, a front post and then a back post and then a front post, chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to gather up the stitches around the fan with 5 back post. So around the post, pull through 2 loops, keep it on the hook, yarn over, around the next one from the back and through. That's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yarn over through them all and chain 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to do your front post, back post, front post, back post, front post along these 5, chain 2, and then do your 5 back post stitches, chain 2, and then do your front back and front, chain 2, and then work around that fan, chain 2, and then you'll do a front post and a back post, and you're going to do a treble crochet into that last chain. I'll show you that. So we've done this, we've done a chain of 2, so it's a front post and then a back post, and these are the 2 rows you'll keep repeating, then a front post and then a back post and then a front, chain 2, 1, 2, and work around your fan with back post, 1, keep it on the hook, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And this is going to be the back of your blanket. Pull through them all and chain 2, 1, 2, and then do your front post, back post along here, 1, front post, back post, then a front post, then a back post, and you're going to do that all the way the length of your blanket. Chain 2, 1, 2, and work around this fan. It's my last fan. That's 3, 4 and 5. yarn over through them all and chain 2. 1, 2. So at the end we're going to do one front post, one back post around that one, and we're going to do a treble crochet into the third stitch here. So just count 1, 2 and 3 and do a little treble crochet. And that's you got your first row done, and there's all your little cupcakes on that side and your 2 little candles, just like this. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and turn. So we're going to do this fan row again. So into the next stitch, skip that stitch and go above that post there and do a treble crochet. It's 1, and a treble crochet in the next one. That's 2. Now you're going to build your fan into this little circle where you group them together. You're going to put 5 UK treble crochets. If you're in the USA, that's 5 double crochets for you. So yarn over and in to that little circle where it's all gathered. You can really see it's like a little cupcake now with your little swirl of icing on the top. So that's 1, 2, build your fan, 3, 4 and 5. Now we'll do 1 treble crochet in the top of these 5 stitches. So skip the chain and go into the next stitch. You're going to do a treble crochet, that's 1, 1 into the next one, that's 2, should have 5, 1 into the next one, there's 3, 4 and 5. Skip the chain and build your fan into that little circle there, into that little loop there, in there, and put your 5 UK treble crochets, or that's 5 double crochets if you're in the USA. That's 3, 4 and 5. Skip the chain and put 1 treble crochet on top of each of these stitches. So you should have 5 along. 1, 1 into the next one, it's 2, 1 into the next one, that's 3, 4 and into that last one there is 5. And skip the chain, build your fan. Skip the chain, do 5 treble crochets along, skip the chain, build your fan, skip that chain, 5 treble crochets along, skip the chain, make a fan into that little stitch there, skip that chain, and then you'll do 2 treble crochets and 1 treble crochet into the top of that little chain there. And that's the 2 rows you'll keep repeating. You'll keep repeating this fan row and this back post row that I've just shown you. So just rewind the video back to that row there where you're doing the back and front posts, and you'll just do that one, then rewind and you'll do this fan row. Then you'll do your back post row, your fan row, your back post row and your fan row. And that is the 2 rows that you'll keep repeating. You'll keep repeating that until you get this. Now let me get this around the right way. It's my tail end. Now it will straighten out once you start to build it. It's a lovely stretchy stitch for a blanket as well. So I've got my 2 front posts here on the front, There's 3 on the back. Now you can have it any way that you want. If you want to have these 3 on the front, I started with a front post, a back post, a front post, a back post and a front post. You can start with a back post, a front post, then a back, a front and then a back, and that'll put 3 of these lines on this side. It's up to you. When you do the 5, it's up to you whether you start with a front post or a back post. If you start with a back post, you'll end up with 3 candles on this side. But I started with a front, a back, a front, a back, and that just put 2 on that side. I think it's pretty like that, but don't be afraid to mess around with crochet. Don't be afraid to experiment with it. If you want to change this one around, then feel free. You can change it around. It's up to you. I don't mind at all. This is quite a common stitch, this little front post and back post. It's just the way I've done it. It just looks like a lovely little birthday or anniversary little cupcake. And the front posts and back posts look like little candles, and that's why I've called it the cake and candles. And each one has got that slight little tilt on it as you do your rows. So you'll just go back and you'll repeat the fan row and the back post row, the fan row and the back post row, and that's the only 2 rows that you need to keep repeating. And I can't say enough, this is beautiful yarn, and it does make a nice stretchy little blanket when you stretch it out, and it goes in like that. It's really pretty, lovely for the top of a stroller. A beautiful, beautiful blanket for a toddler to cuddle into as well. So thank you very much for watching. Please, if you want to help the channel, then click on that coffee link underneath the video. There is a coffee, but it's called coffee, and you can buy me a cup of coffee, and the donations help with the running of the channel. And I do actually use it and go and buy cups of coffee. I do go and get a cup of coffee, and I buy nice big jars of coffee. Keeps me going when I'm in the house and when I'm doing my crochet as well, and when I'm doing my videos. So thank you so much for that. And please subscribe to the channel. It's completely free to subscribe to the channel. And if you click on the bell icon, YouTube will send you a free notification when I post another tutorial. Now to finish this off, I would just finish it with that fan row like that, because it's really pretty with that fan row. You don't need to do anything to the edge because the edges are nice and straight as well, and so as the bottom's got this lovely little sort of wriggle on it as well. So give it a try, it's really, really pretty. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.